It's also, you're taking prisoners, many prisoners. If you look at the prison population in South America and all over the world, including Africa, Europe, I mean, all over the world, the prison populations almost in some cases doesn't even exist. They've taken all of it and they're dumping it. We're like a dumping ground. They've dumped it into the United States. These are the idiots that are running our country. So it makes a really bad situation much worse. But we're going to have the largest deportation operation in the history of our country. You can't do this. Nobody can sustain this. Nobody. We will rapidly rebuild the most secure border in the United States, just as we had 3 years ago. 3 years ago, we had the strongest border in the history of the United States. I built almost 500 miles of wall. I watched this loser, Chris Christie. He built 50 miles. No. You know what they say? If there's a 2x4 lifting, laying in the wood, and it's rotted, rusted, but it was there for 50 years, but it's not, they call that a renovation, so therefore they don't give me credit. We take the 2x4, we throw it away, we build a beautiful, exactly what, you know, the wall we built is exactly what Border Patrol wanted. We actually had mountain climbers. We had people. You wouldn't believe how talented these people are. They could scoot up that with 100 pounds of drugs on their back. It's amazing. The panels on top, they're decline. They're called decline panels. They make it very hard to climb over. Everything is done for a reason. And they're steel. They wanted them to be steel with concrete inside and then rebar, hardened concrete and rebar. We did everything just as we should. We built almost 500 miles. We had another 200 miles that we would have built. We already achieved our objective. And I had to deal with guys like Mitch McConnell and Paul Rhino. Do you know Paul Rhino? Paul Ryan. We had to deal with Paul Ryan, Mitch McConnell, all these guys, and it was brutal. So what I did is I said, the hell with it. This is an invasion of our country. I'm taking the money out of the military, and we did. Military was great. It's an invasion. But we built almost 500 miles. Then I said, you know, let's build some more, because what happened is you'd have other areas that you wouldn't see then, and all of a sudden they were become open. It became paths, and we were ready to do that. It was all ordered, and the election was rigged, and then these guys come in, and they took that stuff, and they actually brought it away, and now they're trying to sell it for 2 cents on the dollar. Can you even believe it? It was all ready to be installed. And that's when I first believed that they actually want to have open borders, and nobody can explain it. They don't need the votes because they cheat. You know, they cheat so well, they don't need the votes. So, you know, everyone says, oh, they're doing it for the votes. No, they don't do it for the votes because they cheat so much that it's a lot easier. I'll also use Title 42 to end the child trafficking crisis by returning all trafficked children to their families in their home countries immediately. An estimated 22% of students in LA public schools are from a household headed by an illegal alien. Can you believe it? In your community. Not only is this deeply unfair to American children whose classroom resources are being crucially drained and just horrible. Really, it's a cruel thing that's happening. They're being depleted. But it's turned many of your schools into war zones and dangerous gang members from MS-13. Your children are going to school with gang members from MS-13. Tell your children not to get into any fights with them if you don't mind, okay? I want your children to be aware. These are tough people, tough kids. But you know who's tougher? ICE. But ICE doesn't get the credit. ICE, what they have to go through, a lot of gang members, MS-13 gang members, are in Long Island for some reason. That's where they go. They love Long Island. And they killed, not so long ago, 2 beautiful 16-year-old girls walking to school, and they sliced them up with a knife because a gun is too fast, and they made them suffer greatly. Both dead, both killed. And ICE will go in, and they call them packs, not like a political pack, slightly tougher. And they will go in, and they will go into that pack, and they'll start swinging. I have a few friends here. They're pretty tough guys, a couple of them. They won't do this work, I will tell you. But ICE says that they're incredible patriots. They don't get any credit. We took them out by the thousands and thousands. We took MS-13 out of our country. Thousands and thousands. And when I first got into office, I was told very strongly, that you cannot bring them back to their country, El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala, and others, that they put planes on the runway so our planes couldn't land. They blocked up all the bus routes. And they said Obama gave up, because for years he tried, but he couldn't get them back.